Let's welcome everyone to episode 1
Of
officially.
the Holy Hops Tavern.
Yes.
So this will be a weekly D&D game where the innkeepers, these lovely people, are the adventurers.
Woo.
Thank you, single individual tuning in, and anybody else who eventually tunes in as well. Thank you for joining us as we try to figure this out. Also, thank you, John and Bite Size Digital, for allowing us to use your studio,
Of course.
which seems to be ever evolving.
Work in progress. Yep.
And I'm Caleb, the Dungeon Master tonight. I'm also Dungeon Havoc on the various platforms. If you like anything you see tonight or are interested in other D&D content, just check out everything that we'll see eventually. So, our story takes... Yeah, I just bumped the table. Sorry.
Okay.
Our story takes place in the tropical cluster of islands called the Drakes. It is a region of wild magic, dinosaurs, feral gods, and desperate people trying to make it in this unforgiving world. On one of those islands, called Cragmaw, is one such group of people. The small village of Prison Bay is on the edge of civilization, surrounded by beautiful plants, birds of paradise, and countless horrors waiting to consume them.
You said horrors, right?
Yes.
Just making sure.
This brings us to
Be a very
Holy
different game.
Hops Tavern
Very different adventure.
and the Innkeeper's Inn. Go ahead and describe your characters and go ahead and give your names and who you are.
Hi, everyone. My name is John. I work here at Bite Size Digital. My character is Quinto. He is a cleric. We have pictures.
But you're a dragonborn cleric of what, if I recall?
What?
You're a cleric of what?
Bear.
Beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why they solidified the tavern idea.
Yes.
And where are you in the tavern normally?
I am usually wandering around, talking to the guests, making sure all is well.
That's lovely.
Thank you.
All right. And
What
let
is
me hear a little bit about Gully.
My character is named Gully. She is a forest gnome. Do you say sage forest gnome or just forest gnome?
Yeah,
What's
just
the
forest
correct
gnome is
etiquette
fine.
Here? My
There's
actual
Gully.
name is Meg. I work at Bite Size Digital with these wonderful individuals. And Gully has a little familiar toad who sticks with her named Kevin. And mostly I spend my time behind the bar making special cocktails and magical elixirs to make you feel different ways.
Very nice. And our last player?
I am Alicia Blackburn. I am a developer here at Bite Size Digital. One of them, the main one. Yeah.
The big one.
The big one. And I am playing Pippin, who is a dragonborn half-elf druid of the shroom variety.
Alicia
You're
has
thinking
played
so many
before.
more things.
So-
And Alicia, what was the name of your character again?
Pippin.
Pippin. All right. So it is a pleasant spring day. The weather's clear, not a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful beach day.
Do we have beaches around?
Yeah, you guys are on a bay, so there's a nice little coastal region
Oh,
for you
very
to relax
lovely.
upon. There's birds constantly singing outside, so that there's always that nice refreshing air to things whenever it's not typhoon season or something horrible like that. But it's a regular normal day. People come in and go as they need to. They had their morning breakfast before heading out to the docks to do their labors. And it's about noon at this point. You've heard a ship come in earlier this morning. It's been docked and people have been disbarging, unloading all day so far. And a group of people come through the door they haven't seen before. It's a orcish couple with lovely tattooing all over their body and interesting braids in their hair. Traveling behind them are 4 children that they've had over the couple of years. They're all very young, no older than 6. They come in with a slew of bags and boxes, and the orcish yeoman comes up to you, the innkeeper, and goes, "Hello, do you have any vacancies?"
Of course, we have a lot of vacancies.
Oh, that's good.
Not for business.
He pays his fee. He hands you over for. He's planning to be here for a long period of time, about 2 months. And he hands you over about 2 jade, which is a lot of money. So he hands over these 2 coins of just steel with a jade stone inside of it, which is the currency of the Drakes. And he informs you that he's interested in staying here for a long period of time while he's rebuilding a house in town. It'll be interesting to have a family here for an extended period of time, especially one with 4 children. But it's not something you haven't done before. You've had vacationers come here to enjoy some time away from home, but they're going to be here for a little while. The husband says he's going to be redoing a house further inland. Yes, further inland, but on the other side of the village. A place that's been abandoned for about 2 years at this point. And you see this poor mother just trying to get the kids to sit down and everything, and things aren't going well with maintaining these 4 children after being on a boat for several hours. You see her getting antsy and frustrated as the husband is beginning to load, carry all the boxes and whatnot upstairs. Any questions, or do you do anything?
Sure. I would like to see if Gully can come down real quick and maybe whip up something for the mom for the children to kind of calm them down a little bit.
I would love to. I come over and make a calming concoction for the mother, and then some fun little kid drinks that are bright different colors.
Oh, that's nice.
Sparkle.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check, and go ahead and add your proficiency bonus to that. So roll the orange die.
This one? There's
Mhm.
2 orange. Okay.
And go ahead and add your intelligence modifier.
Not
Oh,
very-
that's
no,
not
it's
good.
And my intelligence modifier is 3, so I roll a 7.
Okay. Oh, that's a 4. So 4 plus 3 is 7, plus your proficiency bonus, which that should be a 2.
2. So 9.
9. And just so everyone knows, Gully is a wizard. We have the druid dragonborn, and we have the cleric dragonborn.
Correct.
So you make these drinks, given the chaotic nature of the building all of a sudden and transitioning abruptly from one task to another. You do a kind of a cluttery job. The drinks are a little bit fizzier than usual. But
Damn it, Gully.
Jesus.
the kids come together and begin to eat and make a little bit of a mess. And she looks over to you and says, "Thank you," as she sees the kids staining their clothes slowly.
Can I make the clothes unstained?
Ah, using what?
I don't know. Do I have a spell that can do that?
You have minor illusion. You can make it look like the stains are gone.
I guess I can't do that.
No,
Or
no.
listen? Okay.
Be clever.
Be clever. Can I use color spray to spray them white again, or the correct color of their clothes on them?
All right. Color spray does not do that. That is a
Okay.
very aggressive spell. But
Okay.
you try to clean it up to the best of your ability, and using what magic you have just to kind of seep away the fluid a bit. Give me a Arcana check. That's intelligence, and I'm not
Is it
sure
the
if you.
same one again?
Yes.
15.
Oh gosh.
And then do I add anything to that this time again?
Intelligence again.
So
and
that would be 18, and then the proficiency again.
yes.
So 20.
Yeah, you're fine.
Great.
So
Wonderful. Kids are clean now.
you're fiddling with magic, using it in an inappropriate manner, but using a combination of minor illusion to just wipe away some of the major stains, and maybe some of your acid spray to just kind of like acidic away some of the other issues.
That's what you were thinking? I thought it would burn the kids.
You were thinking color spraying them.
I mean, they're acting up, so.
All right. whatever you need
Yeah,
to.
it's a fantasy game. It's fine.
It's fine.
But you clean it up to the best of your ability, and you do a crazy job. Apparently, the kids also smelled a bit after being on a boat for who knows how long, and now they don't smell quite as bad.
Lovely.
Good job.
Thank you.
And the husband is slowly getting the bags upstairs, and the mother just kind of leans back while the kids are sitting there and goes, "Thank you. It's been a long trip." What would you say in response?
I would say, you poor woman, do you need something stronger?
I would greatly appreciate that. It's been a hard month.
Okay. And I just point to our menu. What would you like? How would you like to feel?
Relaxed?
Can you not hear me?
Being
Relaxed.
quiet.
Okay, I make her a lavender-based relaxing serum.
Oh, that's
Nice.
really specific.
Very nice.
I want it to be pretty and purple.
She sits back next to the fire, which is always burning, it seems. And she's just slowly toning out her 4 chaotic children. As the husband is moving baggages upstairs, is like, "Do you mind lending me a hand? This is quite a bit."
Sure. I'm happy to help. I will help him carry all of his luggage upstairs.
Thank you.
Of course.
We've recently bought this house on the north side of town, and it's going to take us a while to fix it up. I heard that there was a fire. Do you know anything about that?
I don't, but it's possible that Pippin would know something about the fire.
Oh. Well, let's see what you do know.
Okay.
Can you give me a history check?
Sure.
Roll the d20. Add
16.
16. Okay, add your intelligence check.
So the bottom number or the top number?
The smaller of the two.
2.
Okay, so yeah, you're going to know everything.
Okay.
You do know that about 3 years ago, there was a family that lived in that house.
Okay.
There was a pretty awful fire. The husband was fine, but the fire collapsed part of the building, and the wife and child died.
Oof.
And the husband wasn't willing to live in the same house, and so he just packed up and moved to the village across the island from you guys. So you know that. I'm not sure what you're willing to convey back to this gentleman, but that's what you know.
Okay. So I think we should tell him that we do know that there was a fire and that the people who own the house are no longer there, and some of them have decided to move to cross the water to a different island.
Well, the house was cheap, so their misfortunes, my good fortune.
See some ghosts in later weeks.
Yeah, as soon as he said a creepy house, I wanted to ask if it was haunted.
Yeah, we'll find out.
With your history check, you do know that there's kids think it's haunted, but there's nothing that's gone on, you think?
Okay.
I'm going to befriend some ghosts.
Yeah. You do give me a insight check while you're just interacting with him.
That's an 11. And then
On your skills, one of your options is insight. Do you see that? And for the people viewing, 2 of our players, John and Meg, have only begun really to play D&D, from what I understand.
correct.
I played once before
Okay.
with a few friends for maybe a few times, but other than that, I'm very much a beginner, and that was a while ago.
All right.
So,
I've watched an episode of Community where they play Dungeons and Dragons.
oh yeah,
Oh.
I watched Harmon Quest.
Oh,
A few episodes of Harmon Quest. So
she's an expert.
clearly.
So I do see insight here.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you have a little checkbox next to that word?
I do.
Okay, that means you are proficient. So go ahead and roll your d20.
Wait, didn't you already do
I
that?
did.
Oh, what did you
So
get?
I rolled
for
an
that?
11,
And now add 2 for the proficiency,
so 13,
and then add your wisdom modifier.
which is 3, so 16.
Okay. He looks antsy. not quite relieved to be at the end of a great adventure or a long trip and just glad to have some place to relax. He seems still edgy, but he's like, at least I have some good news about the house, and that's a good enough reason for the house to be as cheap as it was. And I can do the repair work. I'm a carpenter. And in a small enough village like this, a skilled carpenter will pretty easily find work, you think, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
There's a small group of people who get together every Thursday morning. If you'd like to share your skills in the tavern.
Yeah, if you'd like to join our B&I group, I mean, we could definitely use an orc.
We were looking
There are no works in
to
B&I.
add a podcast studio to our tavern.
Yeah.
So
So I have a question.
Yes.
Is it so I'm taking a lot of notes. Is it important for us to take notes? Or
ooh, should I be taking notes?
so I'm writing down like that the currency is jade, that there are orcs, they have 4 children, they bought an abandoned house, and he's a carpenter.
Those are all very
Okay.
important notes.
All
That
right.
way, in case something comes up, you know what his profession is, and you can maybe get some work done.
Great.
Or if one of them mysteriously goes missing and they can't remember that they have 4 kids, they've always had 3 as far as they're concerned.
Oh,
That would tip you
Oh,
off as
that's
something
some
weird.
foreshadowing.
some weird spell is happening. Got it. Okay, great.
All right, I need to get a notebook for next time.
I have one here if you'd like one.
Yes, I would. That would be lovely. Let's figure out how I can best do this and still be heard.
Do you need a pen?
First day of class, I'm prepared.
I know. First day of school.
Again, thank you,
It's all right, at
people,
least you
joining
brought
us for
your
the
dice.
first episode where we are all still learning.
Yes, enjoy. This is a fun adventure for everyone.
Yep.
We're all new here.
Okay, can you hear me okay if I change it over to look like this so I can write too?
Sure. Yeah, just stay close to the mic.
All right. So the kids are now kind of just going all over the place. 2 of them have gone outside to enjoy daylight for what is probably the first time in a while. And they come around to the back in the garden.
I am probably up to my elbows in dirt in the garden with my chicken and pig and other farm animals. Apparently, I'm Snow White.
All right. You see these 2 orcish children come squirreling around. You see one of them has a little bit of a drink stain that was slightly overlooked.
I rolled a 20. Like, I
Oh,
had
yeah.
20.
You did good.
It'll
Best I could do.
No, you did great. It'll wash out. It's not a permanent stain. But you see these 2 orcish children that look bored out of their minds and excited to come out and play. And they look like they're about to join you in the mud.
You guys want to play a game?
Oh. They immediately stop and go, yes.
You see these plants, and I hold up a weed.
Yes.
Whoever can bring me the most of these plants, I'll let you play with the pig.
Give me a persuasion check
What a devious game.
at
Obvious
disadvantage
that Alicia
because they
doesn't
can
have
identify
her.
a chore.
I have to bring up the. I rolled a 9.
Well, that's not good.
But I have good charisma. Do I? No, I've got shit charisma. It's a
I've got
9.
excellent charisma.
That'll be
Yeah,
useful.
that's a 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
They go, no thanks, lady, and then they go off.
Lost
Like-
your chance.
What's
Tough
the
to
what's the
It's-
tiny, like what's the copper piece equivalent?
A 10th. The
I'll
currency.
give the winner 2/10.
They stop, look at each other. You can get a cake for that. And since you're willing to throw money in addition to playing with a pig, they immediately turn around and run to collect as much as possible.
Yes.
You learn that those 2, the 2 boys, are Eenie and Meanie. Meanie is a little mean, come to find out. He trips his brother. And he face plants in the mud, and poor Eenie is trying to catch up, but Meanie has a good firm lead in collecting the most debris. Do you ask him any questions, or do you just continue to play with him outside?
Are you guys staying here?
Yeah, we just got to town. We'll be here. We'll stay at the house here for about 2 months while Dad fixes up the new house.
Oh, I guess I should introduce you to my friends.
They look over at the animals.
They're very friendly. Promise.
The animals are the coworkers.
The animals.
All right.
Good clarification.
So what's your chicken's name?
Hey, hey,
Hey, hey.
Yeah.
And the pig?
Piggy.
Do they play with Kevin?
Kevin. And there's the goat.
Oh, yeah.
What's
And the
goat's
goat's name?
Scary.
Scary goat.
It's got creepy eyes.
Well, they love them all. And they collect various things. And once they're done collecting all the random nonsense for you, there's a clear winner. Me one. No question. And he sticks out his paw and is basically like, you promised.
I give him the 2 tenths.
Yes.
And I lean down to Eenie and go, but you're my favorite.
Pippin is super creepy. We're
Yeah.
learning things quickly here. All right.
Pippin's bribing children.
All right, so they go off to go eat some cake, which they can either get. Do you guys serve pastries?
We have a full
We
kitchen
have
and bakery.
everything you could need.
All right.
I want to make some pastries.
Oh,
Tell them to come back in. I'll
Oh.
bake them a pastry.
that's lovely. They come back inside. They place down the 2 tins, which is enough for like 2 slices of a pie, and they just look up with like these puppy dog eyes, being like, "Food, something sweet."
I asked them what flavor of pie they want.
What do you have?
We
What's something
have
tropical?
A dragon fruit and mango pie.
Oh,
Wow.
that sounds amazing.
It's exotic.
He said tropical.
Oh, that's really
Or-
colorful and bright. I like that.
Okay.
They immediately go, yeah, we want that.
Great.
And the mother's like, no sugar until after dinner.
Okay,
Where did you
I-
get money? And she comes over to the kids and starts scolding them.
I come in with Piggy and say, that would be my fault.
You come inside the tavern with a pig?
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of establishment are we running here?
No. I assure them that I will put 2 slices of pie aside for after they eat their dinner.
All right. Very nice. And so the mother takes the kids upstairs to bathe them the rest of the way and get them situated for dinner. And as they're doing that, the orcish gentleman comes in and goes, by the way, my name is Brothfa, Brothfah. And thank you for your hospitality. It's been a rough year for us, and having such a warm welcome is worth everything.
We
What was
are
the
happy to
father's
have
name?
you here. Brothva.
No, that was the mother,
That's
right?
the
Oh,
father.
that was the
father.
father. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I
The
remember.
mother's name is Groomhilda.
Broomhilda?
Groom.
Groomhilda. Got it.
I gotta ask these people like what's going on. There's like some very like dark ambiance as they're talking about everything. I want to know what's happening.
All right. Well, the mother took the kids up for all that stuff. Do you want to talk to them after or during dinner, or
Well, the father came back down, right?
yes?
I pour him a nice beer and take it
Ooh.
over to him and ask him to tell me a story.
I like that. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay, how do I do that?
Roll that die. You'll use that one a lot.
3.
Oh gosh.
Not big.
Okay,
You're not
add your
telling me
charisma modifier.
2.
And I noticed that you
5.
don't have any of your skills notated.
Okay,
So, do you have that on the PDF you had, or?
I did. I don't have that with me. I don't remember what we did,
Alright.
but I remember it was we had, I think it was persuasion, nature, and something else.
Yeah, it makes sense for you to have persuasion.
Yeah.
So go ahead and add 2 for that.
Okay, so we're at 7.
Okay.
And
So
then
that's not a lot.
I
But
didn't mean it as like an interrogation. I was just like, tell me your story. You want to chat?
yeah, I know.
And see how he takes that, I guess.
He takes your house beer, which is the Sons of Heaven beer.
Like it.
She
There's-
picked the name.
There's an
that-
image for it, but I forgot to load it.
That's all right. It's great.
What it does it do anything? The Sons of Heaven beer?
Yes. I don't have my phone on me, but basically it provides a more relaxing tone. It's something nice that makes you feel blessed and gives them a
Sounds like a good
small, revitalized bonus throughout the day. Puts a little
Nice.
pep in his step.
It's great.
He seems at first. Actually, go ahead and add D4 to that, which is the
This guy?
pyramid one.
This one.
Yep.
3.
Okay, so that takes you up to 10.
Great.
Now, there's a reason why I had you roll the D4, because the drink provides a D4 bonus to different things. And so I'll let you steal the bonus from the drink.
Perfect.
So he seems at first to just be like, not right now, but he takes a drink, kind of sits back, takes another drink. That's some good stuff.
Thank you, sir.
And he goes, it's just been a year of bad luck for us. We got into some debt. The person who we had debt with weren't the nicest of people. So we decided to cut ties as discreetly as possible and make our way here. We bought the house from the mayor. We had various letters of consideration back and forth, and she was willing to sell us this house for dirt cheap. So we took the opportunity, moved to this lovely middle of nowhere town, and hope to give the family a fresh start.
I say I hope the house could be good to you. It deserves a fresh start too.
That sounds nice. I'm planning to have a look at it tomorrow to see what renovations actually need to happen. Hopefully I can, it's not as bad as she was describing. She's not a carpenter, but hopefully it'll be quick and we can be out of your hair within the month. The kids are going to, I'm sorry ahead of time.
I would like to entertain the kids using Druidcraft.
How so?
I'm gonna just make firework effects above, like right next to the fireplace. So kind of gather them around and throw
That's
some
nice.
fireworks up in the ceiling for them.
That's lovely. So you, as they finish cleaning up, come downstairs. I imagine you were cooking while talking to the husband.
Sure, yeah. I got to do my job, pay the bills.
They eventually come back out, and you entertain the children. The wife now just kind of sits back and enjoys the brief moment of not having to worry about the kids as they're entertained by something else.
I go over to my boss and ask if we should warn the new family that the place is haunted. Mr. Bossman.
How do you voice that? Okay. Nope. Sorry.
How do
so,
I voice it?
So I don't think we need to let them worry unnecessarily because there hasn't been any real proof that the house is haunted. We think it's just a little bit of bad luck, and it's really sad, unfortunate circumstances. They've come a long way. Seems like they've had a pretty rough go of it. So maybe we could just do everything in our power to try to spread some good faith and good light on them so that they have a better experience there.
I tip my little leaf hat and say, "You're the boss."
Oh yeah, can you give a quick description of what each of you actually looks like? You mentioned a
we
hat.
put the
We put
picture.
the
Oh,
pictures
Yeah, we
up.
showed
Yes.
the pictures.
So
Yeah.
I believe I have, you drew me with curly, crazy hair. Because again, Caleb did all of the artwork and you should all purchase his things. Curly, crazy
Patreon.
orange hair with a little blue hat that's made from a leaf because all the foliage around is crazy colors. And then I also have my little familiar Kevin, who is different shades of blue as well, who is just constantly on my shoulder unless otherwise specified.
Your picture's up on the screen.
Well, there you go.
Alicia?
I
How do
look
you
like
look?
Rainbow Dash. So I take a lot after my half elf father, but I do have blue skin and scales and horns, and then I've got feathered plumage instead of hair, and then I have a lot of tiny mushrooms on me.
Oh, it's good. They're mushrooms. I thought they might be tumors. That's good. Mushrooms are better than tumors. It's good.
Are they
Yeah,
special
I've
then?
gotten a lot of that critique for that piece.
No, it's awesome.
And John is purple.
John is very purple. Purple, I have some gold in there. Some lovely cleric robes on. You can see me on the screen right now. I have very ornate horns on my head. It's lovely. I have a little lip ring, shot glass. There it is. There we are.
And so, as all this is going on, John, what are you doing as they're settling in?
So I went up to help Brathva with all the luggage, and him and I just had a little chat about the town while I was upstairs, just going over some basic logistics of where to find local groceries and different things that they could do in the town to get them situated.
Ah. He thinks Quinto is like, thank you. It's not common where I'm from to receive the time of day quite like you've given us. I'm basically a glorified laborer, carpenter, and I've been given the king's treatment out here. So,
Well,
thank you.
it's 2020 on our island, and we're all very woke and we appreciate diversity. So we like to take care of all creatures, great and small, here in our village.
I'm going to give you this for breaking the fourth wall so gloriously. This will be your inspiration token.
Okay, great. Thanks.
If you roll badly, you can give that back to me and re-roll.
Got it.
Or you can break the laws of action economy or do something stupid. I don't care.
I love it.
The point is that you're break the game card.
Cool.
All right. And it is about this point, about late evening, dusk. Some local people have come in, some of the dock workers. A individual who is still a little perturbed that you roasted some animals of his. And
Oh yeah, that happened.
we had a session 0 where they burnt an entire cart of animals.
To be fair, they tried to kidnap another animal.
True. It's on YouTube. Check it out.
Watch it up.
Wait, did we ever post that?
I think so.
I don't think we
Are you
did.
kidding?
Yeah.
It's totally
Maybe it's
trending.
not.
We'll post the session 0 if it's not there.
Sure.
I think we were going to edit it.
Whatever.
But you eventually repaid him for the animals, and that's been mulled over. He's still mildly bitter, but he's fine.
Good.
But he comes in, has a drink. There's some nice levity. What entertainment do you have that you're able to provide?
Live music.
Really? Do you hire some local people, or do you do
We
that
don't
yourself?
hire them. I feel like it should be more like they enjoy doing it. They come in. They want the
Open
right
mic night.
Ah,
Yes.
That's great.
a lot of
I like
open
that.
mic
Nights.
Some slam poetry done. You know, nothing but snaps.
On the
We
island.
do leave out
Yeah.
a basket if people want to tip them.
Of course.
Okay.
And we
That's
always
nice.
give them a free beer.
That's always appreciated. All right, so in the corner, there's this goblin with this 2-string long, just looks very boonies, but he plays it so well and with such dexterity that it's actually quite refreshing and uplifting, as the rest of the nature of this tavern seems to be. And it brings a little bit of frivolity and whimsicalness to the air. And as the people eat, enjoy themselves, meet the new tenants of yours, eventually they make their way out. It grows dark, and they make their way to rest. You know that the next day, the husband's planning to go check out to see what renovations are needed. The wife will probably wander around town and entertain the kids. And as far as this first day goes, do you want to do anything else?
No, I think we should talk to them maybe in the morning before they go. Are we? So, can we before they go, since we have powers of spells and different things,
Mhm.
can we give them like a spell when they go, like a protection spell or anything like that?
There's a couple different things that you have
Yep.
under your, as a cleric. You have Bless, I believe. I'm not sure
I
how
do.
long that lasts. There should be a duration,
It's a minute.
a minute. Okay, so maybe not that one. A lot of them are shorter in duration until you get higher level. There are a few, though, that have a longer duration, but they generally only target yourself.
Gotcha.
So unless you're with them while doing it.
Okay.
But I imagine that you provide a general blessing as they leave or whatnot. That's totally acceptable.
Can we like bless one of our pastries or baked good and send it with them and tell them to like eat it later?
That's a fun idea. That does require a certain amount of craft work.
Very crafty.
All right.
If we were to use good berries to make a pie,
You could use good berry in a pie, which that does provide healing.
Or a
If
breakfast
they-
Pop Tart.
Or breakfast Pop-Tart, yes.
Without icing.
so before going to bed, I can give her the good berries to make a pie. So I regain my spell slot sleeping.
Very nice. And they last 24 hours, so that totally works.
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
So that
I
night,
Bake
you
up
provide
some
her
little
berries.
Pop Tarts.
You make them breakfast. And the next morning, you have them nice and prepared as the day begins.
In a little basket. So they can take them with them.
That's awesome. You guys give like the full service here.
Very
Continental
concierge.
breakfast.
Yeah. Yep, we're great.
You make sure that the towels are nicely folded in the shape of
course.
animals. And
We have the little.
That's
Oh,
my
I see.
secret hobby is
We-
towel origami.
Yeah, we
you
have
go.
the little triangles on the toilet paper, the whole 9 yards.
It's
Go all out.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Everything you could want.
We have toilet paper?
Of course. Yeah.
It's a very modern
And bidets.
medieval.
Come on, guys. We have class.
Exactly. Yeah.
You have a water elemental that lives in each of the toilets. It just wipes.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Great. And I can talk to the water, so I can just tell the toilets to clean themselves.
Oh my
There you go.
gosh. So, the next day, the morning starts off per usual for having tenants. Everyone gets up, they go about their normal business. You hand off the tarts, and the Bratha makes his way out into the world. The mother spends a little bit of time inside, does a little bit of basic tutorage. Seems like she's trying to teach math to these very bouncy children, gives up and takes them outside to play. And about 2 hours after they leave, Bratha comes back and he seems a little grayer. He seems startled. And he comes up to you and goes, "What were those what were there any problems with the house? Did you mention? I know about the fire, but was there anything else, or you don't know of anything living there?"
There's not currently anything living there. There were some fatalities in the fire, but the rest of the family has since moved away.
Well, look, I'm not the bravest individual on the planet. He is like built a little bit like
Pillsbury Doughboy.
I like that.
He's a carpenter.
That is
Oh, yeah.
way better mental image than what I had in my mind. Yes, he is a very portly but tall individual who's just a little tired. And he seems a little unnerved. We've just come out of one bad situation. I'm really hoping that we weren't followed. I know that that's not the case, that the loan sharks can't possibly be in that house. But if you don't mind just finding whatever is in there and dealing with it, I'll give you 3 jade today.
Sure. Let me talk with the rest of our staff, see if we can free up some time and head over there, and we'll take a look for you.
Thank you.
Of course.
He sits down at the bar. He seems really unnerved.
I ask if you would like a drink to lift his spirits.
The same one as yesterday?
I mean, if you want, that's the house special, or I can whip you up something special.
I'll take something special. That sounds nice.
I put a bunch of stuff together that makes it really cool colors and things like jumping in and out. And the idea is that when he drinks it, every time he starts to have a bad thought, it'll be replaced with a pleasant one for the next half hour.
That sounds magical.
That's the idea.
Go ahead and give me another Arcana check as
So
you
that's-
concoct this.
I'm always moving away from this. So it's this one again.
Yep.
Correct?
And you
12.
add 5. So,
17.
all right. You make this lovely beverage, and he just seems to mellow out. He says, thank you, and he's just going to sit here quietly for a bit. What do you do?
I go out to talk to Pippin to make sure that we can free up the resources to head down to the house and check things out. Pippin,
Hey,
hey, do you think you have some time for us to head down to Brothva's new house and check it out? He seems to be disturbed by something that's going on there.
I mean, Eenie and Meanie got me ahead on my weeding yesterday, so I think everything here is good. Just need someone to watch the counter.
Counter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inside.
Yeah, no problem. I think we can find some assistance. Some of our staff, internal staff, is still in the back, so we can grab them, ask them to watch the counter. If you would like to check with Gilly and see if she can come with us as well.
I'll go grab
There's
her.
a turtle named Jed who lives in the back. He mans the counter when we're not available.
That is now canon. Turtle named Jed.
Jed.
So you place this turtle on the counter with a placard. And local townsfolk know of Jed.
Yeah, they love him.
Yep.
We're a trustworthy establishment. They know that if they tell Jed, he delivers, then they just leave the money on the counter. And nobody
It's like
touches it.
Clerks. There's just a sign that says, "Please take the appropriate change."
Exactly.
What a special tavern. All right, so the three of you get together. You make your way to the north side of the prison bay. There's a map,
I'm going to pull it up right now.
and on it you will notice that there are two numbers. One is the tavern itself.
Yep.
And 2 is where you're going. So you're heading up to the northeastern side of the village
Got it.
on that little ridge there. As you approach, I guess I can show the other two who don't have
Wait,
access
I
to a
have it.
screen.
And we do have access to a screen.
Lovely.
We don't have the numbers on the one I have.
One is the tavern, 2 is where you're going.
Great location for a tavern. Well done.
Thank you. So, you make your way over, and you've seen this building a half dozen times. It's a little out of the way, but it's visible. One side has been burnt in. It's weathered. The rain has caused various moss to grow all over it. There's vine work. It is in pretty desperate gardening and other things in addition to the carpentry.
Do I see any interesting plants that I would want to have?
Give me a knowledge nature. Intelligence nature.
Clear. Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
Oh. You do see, growing out of the left side, a ink spittle. This rather simple-looking flower plant has pretty horrific little seeds on it. Any creature that comes within near enough range of it gets infected with these little tiny seedlings. They're about the size of on the hamburger buns, those little poppy seeds. those come out and kind of drill into you, causing some horrific damage over time. They're really noxious to deal with.
Would I want that for my plant zoo, or would I just know to stay away from it?
It's a hazardous plant.
Okay. Guys, walk this way, away from that.
Okay.
Okay.
It's going to hurt you.
Thank you.
You know that it can be burned away or handled at a distance. If you want to
Can I
convey
set it
that.
on fire.
Yes, you also have acid splash, which is a great way just to
Shoot
kill
some
plants.
acid all over there and be like, "Don't worry, girl, I got this." And I shoot it.
The enthusiasm is great. Thank you. All right. So now the entryway is pretty open. There's no major threats on the external side of things. There's nothing beneficial you see either, but you handled the one problem. But looking at the house, it doesn't look like it has a lot of space to it. You can quickly go through it probably in 20 minutes without too much problem. It was like a 5-minute walk to get here. But the door is shut.
I
Do
knock
we
on the
have
door.
a key?
I was gonna say, yeah. Go ahead.
You knock on the door.
Yes, I do.
Okay. No one answers.
Is the door unlocked?
It is not locked.
I go inside.
All right. You open the door, and what is your wisdom modifier? Just the modifier.
That's the little number below.
Yes.
1.
1. Okay. And what is your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom modifier is 3.
Yeah. So as the door opens, you don't notice, but you hear little tiny just like something just ran by from the inside. But as the door opens up the rest of the way, it is a dingy room. It looks like on the far wall, there's a stairwell that goes down. To your right, there's a staircase that goes up. There's a little bit of a kitchenette going straight back, but this room has beams holding up each additional floor. So it's not like it's a drop ceiling or anything like that. You can see where the second floor would be, where the footing of the second floor is. There's cobwebs, there's vines, there's mold. It's in pretty bad shape. The fire really hit hard on the left side of the building with the staircase heading down. The balcony above where it declines, that's been burned and kind of crumpled. So there's just this hole to your left. And all around, like all over the place, about half an inch thick, is so much mouse poop.
Gross.
It's impressive. So that's the information you have with your perception.
Is it dark?
It is really dark.
Can I use my light spell?
Yes, you use that spell in the middle of the room. And what does your light look like?
It is a bright golden light.
Ah,
Beautiful.
so
you.
you illuminate it with this nice glow. And give me a perception check.
That's a 5.
Ooh, plus wisdom, and if you're proficient with it.
Wisdom is a 3.
Okay.
That's an 8. And what was it for?
Perception.
I am. So proficiency would be a 2. So 10.
10. All right. You light it up, and now you see that the staircase going up and down are in pretty good condition. The fire really only affected that one spot, whatever that caved in there near the fireplace. That part's pretty shoddy. But the house is in better condition than you expected, in spite of the disrepair. And now you have a good line of sight on everything.
I go test the stairs to see if you can walk up them safely.
Okay. You begin to walk up the stairs, put your feet on them. And I'm going to. You hear a little bit of a scurry as this very fuzzy creature comes out from beneath a few of the steps and takes a bite at your leg. What's your armor class? That is awful.
11.
Okay. These
Can I jump? I have a magic jumping thing.
Oh, you already got bit.
Not yet.
So
Oh, already got bit. Too late.
And I will need each of you to roll initiative. So I want each of you to roll a d20, the orange die, and add your dexterity
I
modifier.
got a 20.
Of course you did.
I got a 2.
And add your dexterity modifier.
I have 21.
I have 8.
8.
8.
21.
You're absurd.
2.
Okay, so you're first after this initial bite.
Meg, what's your name?
Gully.
Golly.
1.
Guys, I got bit.
Can you hand
Wow.
this over to Alicia, please? I am
At
3.
least you have dexterity.
And you're
standing in molasses.
4. All right.
Potatoes
So
and
now you are-
molasses.
So you feel these very rodent-like teeth bite into your ankle, and you are dealt 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So,
I shoot acid down at the thing that just bit me.
all right, you are next.
Oh,
So
sorry.
you shoot acid at it. Is it a range attack or is it a melee? Go ahead and read the spell.
You hurl a bubble of acid. Choose one creature within range or choose 2 creatures within range that are within 5 feet of each other. A target must succeed on dexterity saving throw or take a 1d6 acid damage.
All right,
My bubble of acid is pink, by the way, like bright pink.
very
And
cool.
I shoot the acid directly at the furry thing that bit me.
Okay. And it's a dexterity save, you said, right?
Yes.
Ooh, 21. So you
Okay,
shoot
cool.
acid at it, and you do hit the stairs. So go ahead and roll damage,
What is that? The d4?
whatever it told you to roll.
Oh, 1d6.
1d6, so one of those.
2.
You deal 2 points of damage to the stairs as it begins to bubble beneath your feet. And the rat scurries back underneath it.
Mother
well.
effer.
Yeah.
All right. Now initiative dot 2.
All right. So that would be me. You can't see that though, can you? All right. So I'm going to use my bonus action and cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
Shillelagh. How do you say that?
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh. I cast Shillelagh. I am carrying a staff that actually has at the top of it mistletoe and clover bound to it, so I can just cast it real easy. So I use that for my bonus accent. Bonus
Action.
accent.
Hello.
Hello.
It's my bonus
That's
My
accent.
bonus accent.
Seeing crown.
And then I am going to run over, and I have a speed of 30, so I'm assuming I can get there.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to whack at it
All right.
with my quarterstaff. That is
Sure.
now special. So it's a d20 plus
It did have cover, but now that the acid has eaten away at the step, you have a nice clear shot at it.
16 altogether to hit.
Ooh. You bring your shillelagh down and thwack the rat over the head. How much damage do you do to it?
1d8 plus 3 magic damage.
Or do you golf club it?
I'm going to golf club it like into the center of the room.
Ah, that's a fun idea. Okay, roll damage.
Ooh, I got max damage. 8 plus 3. And 3 is magical.
All right, you
What does
kill
any of
it.
that mean? What does 3 is magical mean?
It means that if it was susceptible to magic damage, that would make a difference, I think. I don't know. It just says 3 magic on my thing.
Like on the card? Like where does it say that? I'm just confused.
Wait, let me find the spell real fast. Sorry.
Oh, so it's part of the spell.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
part of the
wasn't
spell.
sure. Okay.
All right, so you hit the rat, and as it hits the wall at the front of the house, that rat is dead.
Oh, no, wait. I was wrong. Not 3 points is magic damage. All of the damage is magical. when it's cast with when I use my quarterstaff with shillelagh.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So you kill a rat, but you do hear skittering of more. And that takes us from 2 to 3, the rat's turn. In the balcony above your head, one of the rats kind of just drops down on Quinto's head and attempts to bite at you. What's your armor class?
I have leather armor. It's a 15.
You have a 15 armor class.
Yep.
That will definitely hit as it just bites into your leathery flaps around your neck, and you just begin to bleed a little bit as you take 3 points of damage. And now I believe it's your turn.
It is. Can I use can I use my command?
Oh, that's interesting. Go ahead and read that spell out loud for me.
So you speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it.
Okay. So you're pretty sure that will not work on a rat who does not speak your language.
Okay. How about
You could have used that spell, though, since you can talk to small animals.
How about
Damn it.
Sacred Flame?
Burning a rat will definitely work.
Okay.
How does that spell work?
Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. The target gains no benefit from cover for this saving throw.
Okay. So I will roll that. What is your saving throw DC?
What's that?
Should be on the 3rd page with your spells at the top.
He got a 20.
Spell save DC is 13.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 20. So the rat, as the sacred flame comes down on your shoulder, the rat just kind of moves around to the other shoulder. And that is your turn, unless you want to move at all. Hold on. Technical issues?
I still see it streaming on OBS.
Okay, cool.
You
Sorry,
good?
it was my phone's issue.
No problem. So can I? So I have a breath weapon of fire. Can I breathe fire on it?
You've already used your action to cast
No.
the spell this turn.
Son of a bitch.
Right now you have a movement that you can still do, or if you have something you can do as a bonus action, you can do that.
I don't think I have a bonus action. Where would I see that if I
Uh,
did?
Most of them would be on your spell cards.
Or one of your abilities. And I don't think you have a bonus action spell prepared that I'm
do.
aware of.
Nope. All right, I guess I should move, huh?
If you want to. Or you can stay in the doorway where it's a little bit closer to the exit. Your choice.
No, I'll just move a little bit.
Okay. Where to? Or just try to shake it off.
Yeah,
a
can I
little?
just try to shake it off?
All right. Yeah, sure.
All right.
Give me an athletics check.
All right. 20.
Oh, you rolled a 20.
Yeah.
Add your strength modifier.
-1.
Okay, so that's a 19. And then are you proficient with athletics for some reason?
I highly doubt that. No, I am not.
Okay. So I rolled an 18 plus my dex of +2. So that's a 20. So it barely is able to hold on as you freak out about this rat on your shoulder.
Okay.
So it flips around to the other side. You try to knock it off. Its hind legs go up into the air, but it still manages to cling to you in spite of your flailing. And now that brings us back to you. You are near the staircase, near a dead rat, and your tavern employer is over there freaking out about a rat around his head.
Okay. I run up, grab the rat, and just chuck it.
Ah, okay. Give me a strength athletics check.
Is that 20?
Yes.
20.
Wow.
Let me see if it matters. No, it's not going to matter. You grab the rat and you throw him.
Sayonara!
Do you
Shout
throw,
as I throw it
do you throw them anywhere specific?
into the next room.
Okay.
Just gone.
Okay. You're like, throw him, and he swings over and down the stairs, and you hear it squeak as he hits the floor below. So you're currently, as far as you're aware, alone in the room. If the rat's alive, he didn't come back up the stairs. And you are currently in a still nicely lit room.
Are there any more rats or anything around?
Give me a perception check.
What's that again?
Give me a d20, the orange die.
17.
Okay. Yeah. What's your wisdom modifier?
So I have 18.
Okay. And you do have perception, right?
Yes. So 19, 20. We put, is it, we have to figure that out.
Yeah, we had to
We,
figure that
we
out.
marked that I
You have
definitely have
perception.
persuasion.
So
But, okay. But we can make it perception if you want to.
you don't have to.
Sure. There you go.
Whatever.
All right.
You got a high enough without it, so don't worry about that too much. But you do hear a lot of just gnawing upstairs. Rat that you threw downstairs is quiet. Either he's too far away or he's just holding still for a bit. Or it's dead. So that's not where the noise is coming from. From upstairs, you're hearing a lot of just ruffles and noises.
Can I do anything else, or was that my movement?
You can do whatever you want. We're out of initiative. You guys can do whatever you want at this
Could
point.
we ask Gully to possibly try to speak to whatever the animals are?
I would love to try that. So I try and speak to the creatures, thinking that there's more rats,
Okay.
telling them that not here to harm them, just want to ask them to leave the house.
Give me an animal handlings check, which is charisma. And you are proficient with this because I do remember you having this.
Okay. So what do I, just tell me what I roll.
D20 plus charisma plus 2.
Well, I rolled a 1.
Oh,
My
boy.
charisma
Rats are
is
going
2,
nowhere.
so 3.
You hear about 7 voices go, "This is our home."
So guys, this is their home. They don't want to leave. Maybe we should have brought cheese.
Can I how much space does entangle take up?
You were really hell bent on this entangle thing, so it better work.
I asked my boss if we are instructed to get rid of all the rats, or were we just supposed to tell him what's here? This doesn't seem like a crazy thing. Like, can't he just call pest control? These are not spirits or crazy things.
Well, do we know what
It's
kind
a
of
very small village.
Okay, we'll just handle it then, I guess.
They don't have a animal control governmental force.
We're the murder crew.
Got it.
so they're all upstairs, right?
All those voices came from upstairs.
And how big is the house?
I mean, it's
From front to back, 30 feet.
All right.
it's not huge.
So if I were to use Druidcraft and make it look like there was cheese in the center of the floor and lure them all in and then entangle them.
Ooh, can I help her by also doing minor illusion to make it look like a cheese at the same time?
Because you're really working hard here.
Okay. So you guys are trying to do that. Go ahead and give me a wisdom, either nature check for you,
Yeah, efficient.
and give me a intelligence arcana check for you. And you are proficient with that. So it's intelligence plus 2.
So so like what my number is intelligence, or just the little number below?
The
it?
little number.
So 3. So I have plus 5. Do I still roll?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a 6 total for
So
mine.
mine's gonna be 21.
Okay. That smells like cheese.
6 total. And I have a plus 5.
All right. The smell is solid.
What, the minor illusion can't make it look like it too?
think we can only do each of us do one scent.
My illusion does like one thing.
Got it.
Normally, I think it's one sense. So you're doing smell.
Got it. I'm just trying to lure them.
All right. And as you're doing that, you do see a few tentative mice kind of appear seemingly out of nowhere in various cracks because this place has a lot of holes in it. It's been eaten up. There's pathways that you not sure where these rats are spawning out of. But you do see a few of them kind of peek out, have a look at the cheese, look at you and go, cheese?
I say cheese.
Give me a persuasion check. You-
2. All right.
Let
Maybe
me
try using the other D20 that's there.
Well, I've gotten 2 20s with this either. It's just nothing in the middle. I get 20s and then I get a 20, then a 1, a 20, then a 2.
So it's a 2 plus your charisma
Which is 2.
plus deception, since you're lying.
Where's the deception? How do I figure that out?
Deception is a skill. Do you think that you're a good liar or not?
No, I
No.
thought I'm a good liar.
So
We've
you-
talked about me being proficient in enough other things. So that's not fair.
All right, so,
So
4.
4.
Okay.
Jeez.
The rat goes, I believe you, since I rolled crap.
Yes.
So the rats, you see the rat goes back up into his room, and then you just hear a cascade of them enter the chamber and begin to work its way down. There's probably about 40 rats descending the staircase, and they're about to come in contact with this cheese, which they are very concerned about since it's the wrong color.
I cast Entangle.
Okay.
It covers a 20-foot square.
How does that work?
You must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained. And my spell DC is a 13.
Okay. All right. Well, they failed. So how do your vines look? How do they come up and grab?
I'm not
like-
going to go with what we said last time.
What giant dildos?
No, they were weed plants last time.
Oh, weed plants. That's what they were.
But they don't grasp very well. So I feel like, yeah, there's like a mixture of like purple and teal vines, and they've got like spikes on them, and the little spikes have tiny hands on the end.
Oh, that's creepy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Do they make that sound when they do it too?
Are they like leafy hands? Like
No,
gnarled,
like
pointy
the little
ones?
hands that you get for your fingers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's
little-
horrible. Thank you. You've watched too much TikTok.
That's
lately.
terrible.
So these vines come up and kind of grab the little mice who are now freaking out. And
Can I? Or wait. Are you? Go ahead.
no,
Sorry.
what are
I
you
was gonna
playing?
say, I was gonna throw another thing of acid at them now that they're untangled. They can't move.
All right. And do you want to do anything before we roll initiative? Since you're basically planning to just dissolve these rats.
No, I was going to just breathe fire on them. So
Oh, that'll work.
Can you do it
Great.
at
yeah.
the same time?
Yes, go
Okay.
ahead. So it's a dex save for you, right?
Sure.
No, he's
Do
restrained.
I need to roll anything
No,
beforehand?
they're screwed. So go ahead, roll damage. They took it.
What's the damage?
And what-
The 6? Or the
You read
4?
the spell. What does it say for acid splash?
D6.
Okay. And what do you're breathing fire.
a
So it's a
6.
dex save for him. I have disadvantage. What's your save DC? I believe it's 8 plus 2 plus con. So what's your con modifier?
where do I find that?
Next to constitution.
Oh, sorry. 0.
0. So your DC is 10. So they barely make it. They're hiding in the vines just enough to let the vines take most of the fireworks. However, the acid just drips underneath and gets right at them as you hear 1,000 little voices scream out in terror going, "You just wanted cheese."
Death.
Should have
So
been
how much damage?
vegan.
How much damage did you do to these poor
6.
things? 6 damage. Great. Great. Initiative. D20 plus dex modifier, please.
All of us?
17.
It shouldn't last that long. You guys have already nuked them.
Mine's 13.
18 with the.
18. Okay.
What was it?
Dex.
Initiative
Modifier.
left.
Oh,
20. So you're first, you're second, and I'm last. So, what did you get?
18.
Okay, you're second. So, and I'll just trade with you. Thank you. So these things are going to die since they rolled crap. So number 1, go.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm going to use my breath weapon,
Okay.
which is a straight line.
He failed that.
All right. So then I do 2d6, right?
Yep. And what kind of damage? How does your breath weapon look?
It's a bolt of lightning, just in
Wow.
a straight line. That's the sound I make.
What color is it? Or is it just like a regular bolt of lightning, like
I
yellow?
think it's probably blue still. And I rolled a 4 and a 6, so 10 damage.
All right. Very
It's a
good.
30-foot line. So does that mean it hits lots of people?
Yes, you killed about 7 rats right there. No
How
problem.
big are these rats?
And I would like to.
These are regular sized rats. You killed 2 like dog sized ones earlier.
I would also like to say some good meat here for dinner, guys.
That's gross.
That's so gross. All right. At the end of your turn. Okay. Onward to 2.
So, are there rats left that we need to take care of?
Yes, there
I
are still a
do
lot captured.
Color spray, rainbow of colors coming. That hurts them, right? What's this spell?
Go ahead, read the spell.
Okay. Well, I tried to use it earlier, thinking it was not a hurting spell, and I was very much mistaken. A pinch of powder or sand that is colored red, yellow, and blue. A dazzling array of flashing colored lights spring from your hand. Roll a 6d10. Which
Roll what?
6d10.
Oh, cool. Okay, so
The
you
total
roll-
is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. Creatures in a 15-foot cone originating from you are affected in ascending order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures and creatures that can't see. Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit point, each creature affected by the spell is blinded until the spell ends. Oh, that only blinds them. I don't know that I want to do that.
We are torturing these poor rats.
How about, okay, hold on. I
They're
don't
gonna be
want to
terrible
blind
meat.
them.
You
How
better-
about I do burning hands, which is as you hold your hands and thumbs touching your fingers, spread a thin sheet of flames, shoot forth from your outstretched fingertips. Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. The fire ignites any flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried. Does that mean the floor would catch fire? Or can I be like smart enough to
you
only
can
hit the
angle it up.
Yeah, I like hit the rats without setting I don't need the house to catch on fire a second time.
Right. Good call on that. I was totally going to catch the house on fire.
There you go. When you cast the spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, the damage. Okay, I don't have that. No. So, okay, yeah. So
It's a saving throw, right?
I do
Field is
my
blurry.
flames, and they are bright orange and blue flames, and I am very conscious of the fact of not burning down the establishment.
Poor Brothva is very appreciative of that in absence. They failed terribly as you just continue to cook these rats. So go ahead and roll damage.
Which we said was a 3d6.
Yep, so 3 dice of the d6. You rolled terribly, but
Yeah. 1 6 and 2 1s, because apparently I have no middle ground.
Nope.
So that's an 8.
which is just enough to just fry the remainder of the rats. As they sizzle, and one of them, you can see his flesh pop, and it's just...
Dear God.
It's nice.
Kevin, don't look.
And now
Close
you're...
your eyes.
Trevor's
I'm
like, this isn't
really-
the first time I've seen you guys do this.
Not Trevor. This isn't Hogwarts. His name is Kevin.
Kevin!
Kevin! My mistake.
Instead of
Um,
making Meg a funny hat, I think I'm going to try to crochet Kevin.
Yes. Oh
for
my
you
God.
to put on your
That's amazing.
shoulder.
That
It's a
would be
great idea.
fantastic. We put a little clip on the bottom. I can wear him during
I was
this.
thinking of like putting like beanbag beads in it, so it like
Sits.
You can throw 'em at
I
people?
love it. Yes. Oh my
Love
gosh.
it.
This is great.
This is great.
So the rats are dead. You've slightly torched the various mouse droppings throughout the place, and so you get that nice acrid smell. And yeah, it's quiet again.
I feel like this adventure was therapy for you, Caleb.
It really was. We had a mouse in the house a few days ago.
I asked Kevin to fly around and tell me if there's any more rats hiding anywhere.
That's clever. You can also, because of he's your familiar, you can look through his eyes.
I decide to do that even better.
Mhm.
So
So you send Trevor off. His little sparrow wings kind of open up, and he begins to just fly around after hopping off your shoulders. And you hear him croak a little bit, but he flies upstairs. The door is mangled upstairs, so it's really easy for him to get in. And upstairs, you can see where the rats nested.
I'm sorry, can I ask a question? So when people are looking through their familiars, are they in any danger? Like can you tell in my eyes that I'm not there, or am I still aware of what's happening?
You are not aware of what's immediately around you. Your
So,
senses
like,
transfer into
That's
the
something that
toad.
I have to tell them like, hey guys, I'm gonna go do this real quick, and they need to now like watch out for me. 'Cause
Yeah, make sure you don't wander into a
I
hole.
carry a Sharpie.
Speaking of familiars, I'm going to slide the fourth wall over for a second. Have you guys watched that vampire show on Hulu or whatever?
As in True
Which
Blood?
one?
No, it's a comedy one with Renham from the IT crowd.
No, but I
Oh
definitely.
wait, no,
wanna
What We Do
watch
in the
it since-
Shadows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
love
Klaus's
them.
favorite show.
How great is that
Your
show?
son's favorite show?
So
Our
Yeah.
son has awful sense of humor.
He
Or the
loves
best
that
sense of humor.
show.
Wait, what's it about?
it's about vampires, but it's a comedy.
That's great. I'm gonna have to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. One other side note. Have you guys seen that the other app or it's an app where the shows are only like 10 minutes long?
Quibi?
Quibi? Have you looked
Yeah,
at it at
no.
all? I
refuse
tried
to
the
pay
free
for another
one. Well, I tried the free one because Anna Kendrick has a show on there where she's dating Dan Harmon, and he has a sex doll, and then she becomes best friends with the sex doll because starts talking to her, and they go on adventures together. It's absolutely amazing. It has terrible ratings. I don't understand why. This show is fantastic. It's only 10 episodes, so 100 minutes of your time.
Okay.
Fantastic. You guys need to watch it. I'll give you my login.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Back into the game.
For
All
those
right.
of you who are joining us about halfway through the episode, our adventurers are tavern owners who are currently trying to help someone who's recently moved into town clear out his house so that he can renovate it. So,
And the adventurers are newbies.
yes, the
Yeah,
players.
no idea what's happening.
Nope.
Eventually, I'll learn what dice to use.
So Trevor has flown upstairs to see what he can find.
Kevin,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
His nickname is Trevor. He responds to both. It's fine.
Alicia's
It
gonna
has
write
to
it on
be
a
Kevin.
Sharpie.
So Kevin goes flying upstairs, lands on the broken panes of wood that are the door frame, looks inside, and you see the nest where these rats resided. You see a few baby ones
Oh.
and
We killed the mommies and
Sorry.
the daddy.
Gone.
a few of the adult mice are just staying back eating. Oh my gosh, eating a dead boa. It looks like the parent rats captured the snake a little while ago or found a dead body and dragged it up here for the rest of their spawn to eat. You do notice that there's more in the nest than just that. There's a bunch of random dead things in here.
This is gross, guys. I croak out.
Okay, you croak out. And so when you croak out, you're no longer in Kevin, correct?
Oh, I don't know. I just assumed that if I said it, like if I croaked it as Kevin, I would say it as Gully.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yes, you can say it as you.
Okay, so I describe to them what I'm seeing.
And Kevin enters the room, looks around real fast. I'll roll for him. He sees that there's plenty of room. It was a pretty big master bedroom at one point in time, but it's been utterly destroyed. There was curtains a long time ago, but they've long since shredded to turn into nesting material. Every surface is covered in the same level of filth, and there's just a bunch of interesting things, and you actually see what looks to be a humanoid foot bone just kind of amid the debris. And from there, Trevor comes back. Trevor comes back.
Kevin? It's on her shoulder
Kevin.
now.
It's Kevin.
Kevin comes back, plops down, and is just kind of like, that was gross.
That was gross. And then I tell you guys all the things I saw, especially about the foot bone.
All right.
So there's some more rats upstairs, guys.
It was not like the swarm at all. It's just a few remnant ones. So it's not like
So we
the
don't have to
giant
worry about
rats.
those.
They're just obnoxious rats. Not.
So is our job done then? I'll
Is it?
ask you, boss man. Have
So
we fulfilled our requirements here today, sir?
it is starting to get late. So I think we should probably think about heading back, and we could report back to Brothva / Trevor. Everyone's going to be named Trevor. And give him a report of what's going on, unless you guys think we should do
Can-
something else while we're here.
Just because he seems like so shaken up, and it's hard to believe it was just rats. Can we do some sort of like seance or spiritual channeling? Make sure there's nothing else weird going on here.
Okay.
Do we have to say, can we? Like, do we have to ask permission, or can we just state that we want to do things and then you make it okay? I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
curious
basically
how
that
we live
works.
this world.
Tell me what you want to do.
Well,
I'll
right.
try to figure out how to make that
So
work for
does the priest have the capability to commune with the spirit world? Can you like make sure there's no ghosts here?
I don't have a spell to do that. I can do like a protection from good and evil, but it only lasts for 10 minutes.
Anyone got some sage?
you.
I mean, that's my background. I'm
You
a
know that there
sage
are
forest gnome.
ways detecting evil, but you haven't even been through the entirety of the house yet at this point. And in terms of communing with the dead, generally the dead make themselves very apparent real quick. Or if they're hiding, you have to be very clever in finding them. Actually, give me a knowledge religion check.
roll.
And you are proficient, and it is a intelligence.
So that's an 18, and then plus 2.
Yep.
And plus 2, so 22.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay, so given what you've encountered so far, if you were to try and commune with the dead, having some object to commune with them, or just doing even a little bit more cursory research would be beneficial in finding out if there is undead here. Given what you've encountered so far, nothing screams undeath to you. But you are literally in the lobby. So
Should we try to go upstairs or into some other rooms?
Is there a door down here that's not the stairs?
no, the downstairs level is pretty flat, just like upstairs. There's no like crazy closet or multiple rooms. The ground floor is just a nice open space with a kitchenette. The upstairs is the bedroom, and downstairs you haven't even touched yet.
I go downstairs.
Okay, let's go downstairs.
All right.
Should we split up or stay together, friends?
Stay together.
All right.
I vote
I
split. That's
yell-
fine.
I yell Marco down the stairs before going down.
Hola.
Marco.
As you descend the stairs, it's very moldy. A lot of the woodwork has
sneeze.
rotted.
You're made of mushrooms. What?
Yeah, you have mushrooms in your head.
But there's a whole bunch of just glistening mold and moss, and it's pretty damp down here. And there's clearly a leak in the foundation.
I rip up some of the moss and stick it in my pocket. I don't explain why. I just do it.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and give me a knowledge nature check.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Sorry, I was.
You went down first.
11.
11.
Wait.
Yes. 11.
All right. You look around, it's just nasty and gross, but you don't have dark vision, right? Or have you moved the light downstairs?
I have dark vision.
I will.
Oh yeah, this whole time, guys, I could see because I have dark vision.
I will move the light downstairs.
As light comes down, you begin to see the full damage that's collapsed down into the basement over time. It just looks like a hoarder's hellhole. But it's all just random timbers and roofing supplies that have just collapsed down.
Are there any puddles of water?
There are several puddles of water.
I speak to the water and ask what the hell happened.
How are you speaking to the water?
Because I have the aqua language. I can talk to water.
Oh, aquatic creatures, not to water
Dang.
itself.
It'd be way
Well,
cooler if I could talk to the
Are
water.
there like tadpoles or mosquito larvae in the water?
Those would be small animals, and you could talk to the small animals. But oddly enough, there are not any small animals in the basement.
We killed all the rats before we got any information out of them.
But as you walk down the basement, I will need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Sorry it's taking me so long to roll. I was a stupid person and forgot my dice today. So 12 plus 2, 14.
All right. As you make your way down, some of the mold that was hanging up in the rafters that you just observed initially just kind of collapses and falls down at you. You step out of the way as it just dissolves into the flooring beneath you. As you
Like the floor eats it? What do you mean
like
by
the mold
dissolves?
eats the mold, and the mold eats the staircase as it goes down.
Oh.
And now that you actually have a better angle from underneath, you see that this mold has been eating away at the flooring that you were just on, and it looked precarious. Like if too much combat happened on the ground floor, it might have collapsed down and you would have fallen into the basement. So the entire ground floor, there needs to be planks just put up there because there's nothing holding it up anymore.
We should warn Bratva about that.
We should also maybe not be standing down here if it's going to collapse on us.
Well, we can do a quick. There's nothing else up there, so we should just do a quick scan. And I take off.
You take off.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
All right.
As you look around.
I also start looking around.
Yeah.
Oh, are we all rolling?
Yes.
What is it? The D20?
D20 plus wisdom.
15.
16.
14.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry. Wisdom. Mine's 15.
14 and
15.
15. You guys are rolling really well. You look around the basement, and you do see a few obvious spots where the mold looks keen on dropping, which is easy enough to avoid. But you also notice over in the corner there, there's a pair of bones. You see what looks to be a skeleton of a child, just the upper torso, and it looks like the bones are a little warped in some way. It's hard to get a good eye at it at a distance. But you also see a humanoid, larger adult person dead next to them.
I'm sorry. The mayor sold this house while the dead bodies were still in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Can
That's why I
I?
got a really good deal.
What do I know about the mayor? Like, what do we know about the mayor? Have we met the mayor?
Yes, the mayor works basically across the street from you. Basically,
Is it an election year? We should talk to the mayor about that.
it is an election year, actually.
Quinto for mayor.
Nope, don't want it.
2020 people.
But she is a dragonborn lady who tries to maintain a level of civility and trade within the small village. She basically handles all the trade coming up to the docks to be exported from the island. She is incredibly understaffed. It's basically her, 2 notaries, and her guard staff is like 10 people for the entire village, and they're tasked with guarding the docks. It's not a wealthy place. So generally people are in charge of doing their own restoration works and whatnot.
I think we should bury these bodies.
All right.
I'm fine with burying the bodies.
I searched the bodies.
Oh, Alicia,
God.
so sneaky.
Give me an investigation check.
While she searches them, I ask you if you want to say a prayer over them, since you're all about the religion.
Yes, I think we should do a quick prayer over the bodies.
I got an 11.
As you go up to the bones to harass them and you come up to them to pray, you see this incorporeal woman. She is this dragonborn lady in some simple clothing that you would see around town, kind of standing over the bones of the child, looks at you with this feral vengeance and says, "Back off."
Wait, the bones say back off?
No, the
No,
incorporeal spirit
Oh.
of this
Yeah.
dragonborn
Told you
lady.
they were ghosts.
She
I
would
tell
not
the
have-
spirit that we're here to help.
She looks somber. If you want to help, bring back my daughter.
From the dead or from like a kidnapper?
She looks down at her bones and goes, "I died and my bones remain here. My daughter's bones, I'm not sure where they are. They were taken by those rats. But bring me my bones. Bring me my daughter's bones and I'll leave you alone."
Okay, so now we gotta find the bones and then lay them to rest peacefully.
Can we send Kevin upstairs to get the leg bone that we saw?
As you're near these bones, can you give me a either an insight check as you're interacting with her, or an investigation or medicine, or is it medicine? Let me double check. Yes, medicine check if you have it.
What were the other options besides medicine?
Medicine or insight, and I believe
think
you are
ins-
proficient in insight.
Yeah. So 6 plus. So I only got 7 for insight.
Okay.
Intelligence or wisdom
For which one?
as our modifier? Or do we need a modifier?
For medicine, it would be wisdom in this case.
Okay, so mine is a 20 total.
20?
Yep.
You're looking at these bones and something isn't right. These bones are not under the rubble. They are not in a position where they would have died from the fire. There's something wrong.
So they were murdered. We need a soundboard. So I can play. I
I mean, don't we have a soundboard?
mean, we do. We have to hook up the. We need more USB ports.
We're gonna, you know what we're gonna end up doing, John.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Okay. Alicia and I will build a supercomputer by next week, and we'll have everything hooked up. Just saying.
I'm looking forward to just staring directly into the camera and just shaking my head slowly.
Yep. It's gonna happen
Over and over again. All right, so you have that piece of information, and what were you rolling for?
Meg rolled.
Meg rolled.
I
and-
was being distracted.
Okay, that's fair. You were too busy looking at the mold.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you were tasked with retrieving the bones of the daughter. Bring me my daughter and leave. This is my home.
That was, hold on. That was not the deal. The deal was we bring you the bones, we lay you to rest, and then you leave us alone. Someone else needs to live here.
I'm
I
not
will
to be
say
at
this
peace.
nicely. You just a moment ago said that your desire was to have your child's bones back. We will give you your bones, lay you to rest, but this is going to be someone else's house now.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh God, these are not going well for me.
That's why I'm having you roll.
18,
Oh gosh.
And then my charisma's 2, So 20.
This bitch is leaving.
Get out of here. I'm sorry, but that was not what we agreed to. You just stated the deal.
We had a
minutes
deal.
ago. We'll lay you to rest and make it nice, I promise.
Is there like a nice cemetery in the city?
There's one on the outside of town.
Would you like to be buried in the backyard of your home?
Yes, as long as I'm not in this house anymore.
Great. We will.
With that, I can agree to it.
Can we see if we could talk to her and see if she has knowledge of what happened?
Well, you're standing next to her, so
Okay.
Can you tell us what happened? So we can help try and find your daughter?
Magog, my husband.
What is it? Magog?
Magog, Maagog. He has anger issues. He got angry one afternoon and threw our daughter down the stairs.
Jesus.
This got
Holy
dark.
It's really
shit.
dark here, folks.
Wait, Magog, isn't he the one who went to live
Yeah,
in the
he
house
left.
across? So he went to
Yeah.
live somewhere else.
He ran away because he murdered his family.
Yeah, we thought it was out of grief, but it was just out of guilt.
Yeah.
After he killed her, I confronted him, and he struck me over the head, and I woke up like this.
He burned down the house.
To try and hide his tracks.
Mm.
So, do you believe that your daughter's bones are here somewhere in this house and we just need to collect them? Or do you think that he took your daughter with him?
I think that they're somewhere in the house.
Okay.
I had my daughter with me, but she hasn't been able to visit me ever since for a while, and I noticed that the bones were gone.
And what's your name and your daughter's name?
My name is Panora. My daughter's name is Svel.
Is Spell?
Svell.
All right, guys.
So
Bring me my daughter. Get us out of this house. We will gladly leave.
So obviously we are in our super woke society where we have defunded the police, so we can't go to them. So we need to solve this crime
Speak
on
the
our
truth.
own.
So
Yes.
clearly,
This is obviously a social worker issue anyway, John. I mean,
Of course.
his family needs help.
I mean, they're dead, Alicia. We're way past social work at this point.
they're long gone.
So,
Someone might want to alert whatever authorities may be in place still in the new town where the other guy lives, because there's now a murderer.
I think we should probably try to get to the bottom of it first.
Yeah,
And see what.
let's
see
figure
what
it out.
happened.
We need to hear
Um,
both sides of the story.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
that little girl
Due
could have like
process.
tried to murder him. We don't
Yeah.
know.
Who
Do you
knows?
say that in front of?
No.
No, of course not. We are
think we need to head
telepathically
upstairs.
speaking to each other
Yeah.
like the teenage bounty hunters.
We've
Yes.
been together long enough
Because
that
I'm
we
Did you start
apparently
watching
a 16-year-old girl.
It's okay.
No.
Caleb and I have been thoroughly enjoying that show, and it's,
I've only watched first episode and I love it. So anyway,
We are
we can
very
communicate
invested.
just through
Yeah.
looks.
Sterling is my favorite. Okay, anyway. So moving on. Yeah, we are just communicating in a little powwow between us. But would you all like to try and solve this and try to put this woman at rest so that we can help Rafa move in?
Yes, I think it's the right thing to do. I suggest we go start upstairs, possibly around the foot bone that Kevin found earlier.
Yikes.
All right. So you begin making your way back up.
Wait, can we still say a prayer over her? Can you say it?
say
Did you
a
say it?
little prayer for
Yeah,
you.
sure. I can. Do you need me to roll anything?
Forever
Well,
and
what
ever
are some
and
words that
forever.
you say, and do you implement beer at all in it?
Yeah, of course we implement beer with everything. I have I take out my flask that I have in my
We
cleric's robes,
sprinkle beer over her.
and
Like one of those
I
like
take
holy water rattles.
little shot glasses, and the three of us all have a small little drink of beer, and we pour some out for our homies, and we say,
Mini wake. I like
yeah,
this.
and we say a nice little
gotta bring
prayer
beer
to
next
give
week.
her some peace and rest, and we try to assure her that we will look into this and try to help her find her daughter.
Give me a charisma religion check.
All right, so that's a
And apparently
6.
Pippin was singing and dancing on the side.
10.
10?
Mhm.
It was a pretty routine thing for you. You've done this at the tavern dozens of times over the years for various people who've died in the village. And so you go through the routines just trying to appease, and she appreciates it. She's been in this basement clearly for a long time, and the small measure of kindness, like a lot lately, seems to hit home. She says, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
Our pleasure. Now let's get the hell out of this
What do we work
basement.
at Chick
And since that was your idea, here's your inspiration token in case you need to reroll something.
And it's a toad, just like Kevin.
Or Trevor, whatever.
Or Trevor.
Trevor, Kevin.
Don't do that to me. I need to just have one name in my head. Otherwise, I will say it wrong every time.
Kever.
Kever.
All right. So you make your way upstairs. As you begin going up the stairs, you've caused some damage to the staircase, but it's been eaten away over the years, and it's very precarious. Who's going up first?
I'll go up first. Why not?
All right. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw?
Is that the D6?
That is a orange die. Or a wizard, so I don't believe you
That's 12,
are proficient. So 12 plus your dexterity modifier.
which is 1, so 13.
Okay, 13, you succeed. It's pretty precarious, and you know that it's ready to give way.
I
Any
warn
moment.
my friends that it is not very level, but I do know feather fall, so if the stairs start to break, I will catch them.
That's brilliant. So you make your way up, and you're at the landing. Do you just want to go in first, or do you wait for the rest of them?
I wait for my friends.
Okay, who's next?
I'll go.
Okay, give me a dexterity saving throw. 8. Okay. As he begins to climb the stairs with his lead feet, since he's not the most dexterous dragonborn on the face of the earth, he just kind of crumbles into the stairs. And go ahead and give me a second dexterity saving throw.
11.
Great. You go through the stairs, and the landing right underneath the stairs has also rotted away, and you feel like you're about to fall into the basement.
Oh boy.
But I was ready to catch
You
them.
were ready to do that. So you spend a first level spell slot, which you have 2 of. So you use that and go ahead and read the spell.
A small feather or piece of down, so I keep a small feather on me at all times.
Nice.
Choose up to 5 falling creatures within range. A falling creature's rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends. If the creature lands before the spell ends, it takes no falling damage and can land on its feet, and the spell ends for the creature.
All right. So with the small glide, I assume that you're like able to hold on to like the side and climb back up. But as you're climbing up, you do see that the mold has really eaten away at the foundation of the building. So you make your way back up to the landing, and you're back to where you were, no harm done. But now there's a giant hole where the staircase is.
Oh boy. How is Pippin going to get up?
So I rolled an 18.
Oh, you're not upstairs yet, just so you know.
Oh,
You're still on the
okay.
ground floor.
Gotcha.
I rolled an 18.
Okay, even with the hole there, Pippin just parkours along the side handrails
Nice.
and makes
Parkour.
her way up to
Parkour.
the landing. And do you want to try again, or are you comfortable where you are?
I'm comfortable where I am.
Let's not rock it.
Alright,
Say parkour as I go. Parkour!
very nice.
I decide to continue up to upstairs.
Okay. There's the door in front of you, which you know leads to that second floor landing. And do you just open it?
I put my ear up to it first to listen.
Okay, give me a perception check.
5.
You hear the door. It is there.
Okay. I slowly start to open the door.
Doesn't
All
sound like the ocean.
It creaks as the rusty
Just a reminder,
hinges
I have
move.
night vision or dark vision. What's it called?
Yes,
Dark vision, so I can see the whole time that I'm opening it.
Yes, but it's also like noon at this point, and the sun is casting into the nice large windows, and some of the roof is caved in, and so there's like a skylight even. So this is actually the most lit room of the house.
Ah.
So,
Dibs.
not your house. So you open up the door, and inside you see that giant rat's nest, and it is bloody filthy. And of course, what downstairs was like an inch and a half of just poop. Upstairs, it's worse. It's disgusting. And as it hits you, you are hit with this wave of nausea.
Gross. Okay. Well, I mean, I still have to go in. I still walk
Okay.
upstairs.
As you step in the
I try to avoid
feces.
the poop.
That's not going to happen very well. But go ahead and give me a
What can I-
dexterity check.
What's that?
Just roll a d20 and add your modifier. 12? What's your dexterity?
11.
So 11. You do an average job. It's still everywhere, and your boots are kind of have a small crust on it, but it doesn't splash, so that's good. But it's not good enough to avoid just the raw scent of disgust here. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
What do I roll?
Roll a d20. And
6.
again, you're not proficient, but you do add your Constitution modifier.
So 7 total.
Okay.
Oh wait, or is this a 9 or 6?
Wherever the
There's a
dots on the
line.
bottom.
6.
You
7.
feel pretty sick right now.
Okay.
It's just hitting you really hard as you enter this room. But you are now in this room, and now you're in the middle of it. So what do you do?
Are you guys coming in, or am I just gonna be in this room by myself?
Yeah, I'll come up. I'll come up with you.
All right. You try to.
Can I do the minor illusion to get rid of the smell again while I'm standing here?
Yes, you use minor illusion to just
Make it all
mask the
smell like
scent.
peonies and nice flowers.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's great work. Go ahead and actually roll that Constitution save one more time, just to.
6.
Nope. You.
Plus
It's
1
not
7.
good enough for you. You're like, no, this is awful.
Now it's just perfumed poop, guys. I should have gone clean linen.
Okay, so that's what you do. Now, you're trying to get back upstairs.
Yep.
How are you trying to get upstairs now?
I guess I should try to crawl up the steps.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Can
Oh,
I
it's gonna be
extend
bad.
a vine for him to like hold on to and assist him in his check?
Sure. You can now roll twice and take the higher number.
Okay. 11.
Okay, with the vine, which is very helpful, which lowered the DC, you're able to just make your way up to the second floor, and it is rank up here and incredibly unpleasant. This is clearly where every rat in this place lived.
Can I search for mushrooms?
Go ahead, make a wisdom nature check. What kind of mushrooms are you looking for?
Plus 2. So
No.
what?
3 plus 2?
No.
What?
That's what I add to
Oh,
it.
sorry.
14 plus 3 plus 2.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
I would like to find ones that will be useful to me.
Sure. You find various mushrooms growing in the planks of wood that would make a great steak substitute for like a vegan diet.
So how many mushrooms do I have?
You have
So
enough
you
for
found
about
pink
a
oyster mushrooms,
16-ounce
those work the
steak.
best.
Yeah. Nice.
There you go.
Can I try doing acid splash at all this poop and just like dissolve it away?
Yes, go
Gonna
ahead.
Destroy this man's house.
Did
He
you
asked
have
us to clean it
spirits
out.
And rats, or did you have poop?
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. So
Oh,
add
12.
5 to that.
17.
17.
without doing much damage to the floor.
I
I'm
know
trying
that that's
just
what you're
for
trying
the,
to.
okay.
That's so you use acid to just kind of dissolve some of this grossness away, and you do a fair amount of job. Plus, the acridness of the acid seems to mask the tart scent of the feces, and so it's pretty helpful. But as you enter the room, actually, can you give me a Constitution saving throw with advantage because there are other scents down the room?
Pippin.
Alicia?
I didn't realize that was me. 14 was the roll. Ooh, take the 14. You said Constitution?
Yep.
I'm gonna get us booze for next week.
So 15
Smart.
altogether.
Thank you. 15? Very good. So you're not disgusted. You're used to mushrooms and poop and all that stuff. So it's just like, oh, look, this is my regular shed.
I'm at home now.
Digging for truffles.
That's it.
Mushroom people. So, do you just stay at the door waiting for something bad to happen, or do you enter into the mess?
No, I'm entering into the mess to
Okay.
try to see if we can find the body parts.
Give me either perception if you're just having cursory look, or investigation if you're diving into the nest.
Going to dive in and look for things.
Okay.
Our fearless leader.
So
Dive
that
in.
is a 6. And then what are my modifiers?
Are you proficient with investigation?
No.
Okay, so just add your intelligence.
8.
8. You go through and you pull out what looks to be this, or you don't pull out if you don't want. You see the lower half of this once was a dragonborn daughter. Looking at it, there's some very clear damage that isn't caused by the gnawing of little tiny rodent teeth, but you do see those markings on the bones as well. But yes, go ahead and give me a medicine check as well as you're looking at the bones.
So that's a 4, and then medicine's wisdom, right?
Yep.
So 7, and then I'm proficient, 8, 9.
Okay. With a 9, it's really hard to tell, but there is very clear physical damage done to these bones, caused by some bludgeoning force.
God, we really need the Law and Order SVU right now.
Right?
Okay.
Yep.
I run over and ask if he wants help to try and get all the bones out, or collect the bones, and just shoo away any of the little rats that are left.
Sure. That'd be great.
All right. You both work together to get the bones out. There's a few that are all caught underneath that you're helping to pull out. Can you give me an investigation check as you're pulling out the bones?
D20,
Yes.
19.
Okay. As the bones are coming out, what looks to have been around a place where a pocket would be, but the leather straps have long rotted away. There's a pouch with what looks to be a emerald ring. Forgive me, a sapphire ring, like a wedding ring.
I
That's
pick up
just-
the ring.
Okay. So you take these bones, and now you have to somehow transport them downstairs. So
I ask Kevin to take them in his feet and fly them downstairs.
Kevin's a toad.
Yeah, he's not carrying a small child down the steps.
Fair.
I mean, I'll carry it down.
Pippin can parkour
Bark on.
down the
Parkour
steps.
downstairs.
All right. So there is a very nice clean shot directly to the basement. Just saying.
Well, if we drop it down, the mother's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, let's not drop it down. I do have a magic jumping spell.
You
Down
do?
It, but did you say I only get to use 2 spells? I feel as though I shouldn't
2
just,
spells
like,
per day.
throw
so.
that out there. So we should like save my other
Yeah.
one just in case. So
Mm, I'll try to parkour down
can
the
you
stairs.
like throw a vine down and then we can like
We can
like-
wrap it around. I don't know where I'm
You-
getting these vines from, but
The house is covered in vines. They're all over the place.
So we wrap the bones in a vine, and then you can like shoot your vines down, and one of us can climb down, and then we can like send it.
you
down
should
to
cast
Kevin.
light on the body so it's really dramatic as it comes through the floor.
Just wasting spells for dramatic effect.
Don't we still have the light up? Can't you just move it?
I can
the
I'll
body?
slide the light over to create a
holy.
holy Ark of the
Yeah.
Covenant effect.
Thank you.
You're
Gosh.
welcome.
Just for the mom. I'm just thinking of her.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you're tying up these children's bones.
So fucked up. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
It's appropriate.
Yeah, it's not a family channel.
Not a family. Not for kids, guys. Not for kids.
So
We bring it down.
you need to send them into the basement. Give me a. No, I assume with all you people working, that's what you do. And now you guys are still on the second floor, and everything's in the basement still. And you guys were planning to take the bones outside to bury it.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't have brought the bones down to the mother. We
Yeah.
would have
Yeah.
just brought the bones downstairs, and then we have to bring the mother's bones upstairs,
Yeah.
and then bring them outside to bury them.
Correct.
Can anyone levitate the bones?
So you lower the bones down to the basement. You have that brief conversation. Go
And then
back up.
go back up.
And then in this
And
time,
the
we
whole
go
time
over-
I'm just maneuvering light over the bones.
I go
for
back over
dramatic
to the
effect.
mother and ask if I have her permission to move her bones outside.
All right. You make your way back down into the basement, and she goes, "Of course, you have my permission."
I'm gonna stay upstairs above the hole in the floor. Is there a hole in the floor at this point?
Yeah.
Yes.
To the basement. I'm gonna stand above the hole in the floor and lower a vine down
Ah.
and
okay.
have Gully tie the bones
I
into
thought that's what we
To
already
lift-
did. Isn't that how we got the bones down? Was you lowering
But to
them?
Yeah,
bring
but
the
I-
bones back up.
to bring the bones
Yeah.
back up.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That way you don't have to carry them on
You can
precarious
lower-
stairs.
A basket. And then I can stand upstairs.
The
And say,
basket that we
"Put
sent
the
in the
lotion in the
morning with the
basket."
Pop-Tarts, he threw the basket because he was so...
Put the fucking lotion in the basket. I could just scream really loud.
Okay, so eventually, after some slapstick antics with baskets, vines, and whatnot, you were able to accumulate all the bones of these individuals and bring them outside.
Yep.
Where are
we
you
have
burying them?
all the
In the
daughter's
backyard.
bones. The only place that they were was that some of the rats stole them. We have them. We have everything.
Yes. As you bring all the bones together, you do see the manifestation of a little girl appear beside the ethereal mother, and they embrace for what looks to be the first time in a long time.
I shed a
Is
tear.
there like a grove of trees or a stand of trees or a nice
Yes,
Or a
you are
garden.
right near the beginning of the jungle encroachment.
I'd
So
like-
there's so much trees near you.
wherever we bury them, I would like to make the closest tree blossom with some pretty flowers using druid craft because I can do that. It says,
Well, that's lovely.
yeah, well, to make up for being a jerk.
Oh, the ghost appreciates it. So I assume you bury these bones.
And say a prayer over them.
Mm-hmm.
And as at this point in time, with you guys dealing with all these antics, it's getting mid-afternoon. You can see the sun beginning to crest overhead and wane into the evening. There's hints of orange in the air. And as you bury these bones, you see the two ghosts fade as the daylight begins to shift. And I think that is where we'll call our first session.
Woo!
All right.
All right.
We
Awesome.
really gotta talk to the mayor guys about what we're doing here. Everybody knew that these people died, and just nobody did anything about the
just
bodies.
Didn't care.
There was a fire.
Well,
Yeah, it was a fire. It was ruled.
They
you
took
know,
his word for it.
accidental.
May I keep your journal?
Yeah, it's yours.
I'm happy to say that it doesn't seem like we ran into many huge
No.
technical issues. Thank you for everyone
Great.
who watched
For everyone who
through,
joined us, thank you very much.
and for bearing with us in our first session here. We will probably look completely different in this room next week because John and I are crazy people.
True story.
But we really look forward to adventuring with everyone, and
I hope that you guys enjoyed the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the game.
Yeah, it's a blast.
I did. I'm super excited.
Everyone go support all the social media channels and sign up for Caleb's Patreon.
so
yeah.
Caleb is Dungeon Havoc
Yep.
everywhere.
Buy some of his stuff. Look at how crazy cool everything is.
Yeah.
And then we are Bite Size Social on all the main things, or bitesizedigital.com if you need a website for something.
All right.
And thank you, Caleb. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I'm
Caleb.
glad you enjoyed it.
Great job.
And we look forward to seeing everyone next week
Next week.
at the same places and same time.
Same bat place, same bat.
And we love you. Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell
Promise
your
to get
friends.
better.
Yep.
We're going, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.